Welcome to our channel HD Rare Coin111, your go-to spot for uncovering the incredible world of rare US coins. If you've ever wondered if your old pennies, nickels, or dimes are worth more than face value, you're about to find out. In today's video, we'll be exploring some truly rare coins and their shocking values. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. So let's jump in. Top 1. The year was 1961. John F. Kennedy was stepping into the White House, the space race was heating up, and in the hands of ordinary Americans, small copper coins carry not just value, but now, decades later, a deep sense of nostalgia and hidden fortune. Among those humble coins, the Lincoln 1-cent penny minted in 1961 has unexpectedly emerged as a sparkling treasure for collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. At first glance, the 1961 Lincoln penny appears ordinary. With the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln gracing the obverse, it mirrors millions of other pennies that jingle in pockets and roll across counters. But make no mistake, this unassuming coin hides secrets that can turn a casual find into a life-changing discovery. Struck at a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning through subtle changes in technology and process, the 1961 penny became a silent witness to minting quirks and rare production flaws. These tiny inconsistencies, barely noticeable to the naked eye, are now the very characteristics that make certain 1961 Lincoln cents extraordinarily valuable. The most widely circulated 1961 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, each carrying either no mint mark or a small D beneath the year. While billions were produced, only a tiny fraction carry the mysterious traits that catapult their value far beyond a single cent. And it's these select few that collectors desperately search for, hoping to strike copper gold. What sets certain 1961 Lincoln pennies apart isn't just their historical backdrop, but the minting errors that slipped past inspectors. Doubled die obverse, where the date or inscription show clear doubling, and off-center strikes where Lincoln's face is awkwardly displaced, are among the most sought-after anomalies. In a world where perfection was the goal, imperfection became priceless. And then, there are the proof coins. Crafted in small batches with specially polished dies and mirror-like finishes, these were never meant for circulation. They were minted for collectors, but some escaped into the wild, mingling with regular coins. Finding a 1961 proof penny in your change is like finding a rose growing through concrete. It's rare, breathtaking, and almost unbelievable. The color of the coin also plays a crucial role. Experts prize pennies that have retained their original red luster, a sign that they've been preserved in pristine condition. These red specimens can command far higher prices than their brown or even red-brown counterparts. The brighter the shine, the deeper the buyer's pocket must be. Of course, condition is king. Graded by professional services on a scale from 1 to 70, Lincoln cents that score above 65, especially with a brilliant red tone, are considered elite. Add a rare error or proof-like appearance, and the value skyrockets. Coins once worth a penny are now auctioned like fine art, each carrying its own story. Imagine walking through a flea market or cleaning out an old drawer and stumbling upon a small copper coin from 1961. It looks simple, worn, even forgotten, but under the right light, with the right details, that coin could be worth more than a luxury car, even more than a home. Some of the rarest 1961 Lincoln pennies have been discovered in coin rolls, estate sales, or inherited collections. Many times, the owners had no idea what treasure they were holding. That's the thrill of numismatics, the moment of revelation when a simple object transforms into a priceless artifact. Even more intriguing are the high-grade 1961 D Lincoln cents, some of which have surfaced in near-perfect condition. These coins, with their sharp strikes, flawless surfaces, and blazing red brilliance, are nothing short of numismatic miracles. Collectors and investors from around the globe are constantly on the hunt. Coin shows, online auctions, and specialized forums buzz with speculation, trades, and tales of unexpected finds. It's a world filled with passion, precision, and the pursuit of that one elusive penny. But it's not just about money. Holding a 1961 Lincoln penny connects you to a piece of American history. It's a coin that has passed through generations, through pockets, wars, recessions, and revolutions in technology. Each coin carries a timeline that echoes with stories untold. Even schools and museums now use rare Lincoln cents to teach students about economics, history, and the power of preservation. It's amazing to think that one small coin can carry such immense educational and cultural value. For young collectors starting out, the 1961 Lincoln penny is often one of the first coins they encounter. It's readily available, yet mysterious enough to ignite curiosity. It represents the beginning of a lifelong journey into the fascinating world of rare coins. As the years pass, more of these pennies are lost, damaged, or overlooked, making the surviving gems even more desirable. Time only enhances their value. What was once common becomes legendary simply by enduring. So if you ever come across a 1961 Lincoln penny, don't dismiss it as pocket change. Examine it closely. Study the edges, the color, the inscriptions. What you hold could be a mistake of the mint, a proof of precision, or a perfectly preserved piece of the past. Keep your eyes sharp and your curiosity alive. Treasure often hides in plain sight, and the smallest discoveries sometimes lead to the greatest fortunes. And now, for the most astonishing fact of all, one exceptionally rare and flawless 1961 Lincoln 1-cent penny, with all the right features and in pristine condition, was recently valued at $155,000. Top 2. In the heart of American coin collecting, there lies a mysterious copper coin that has recently sparked interest, excitement, and even disbelief among collectors and treasure seekers. It's none other than the Lincoln 1-cent penny minted in the year 1966, a small, unassuming piece of metal that could potentially change someone's life forever. While it was created to serve as simple currency, the secrets it holds have made it a shining symbol of value far beyond a single cent. The year 1966 was a turning point in U.S. history. The Vietnam War was escalating, civil rights movements were making waves, and Americans were experiencing cultural shifts that would define a generation. And during this turbulent time, the U.S. Mint continued its steady task of producing coins for everyday use. Among those coins, billions of Lincoln cents were struck, each carrying the timeless image of President Abraham Lincoln, yet some hiding untold stories that wouldn't be revealed until decades later. Unlike previous years, the 1966 Lincoln penny is particularly special because it was produced during a unique period in minting history. The U.S. Mint had just suspended the use of mint marks between 1965 and 1967 to discourage collectors from hoarding coins. So, whether your penny came from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, it bears no identifying mint mark, making all 1966 pennies appear deceptively similar. But appearances can be misleading. Despite their identical design, not all 1966 Lincoln cents were created equal. Among the billions produced, a select few emerged with rare minting errors, astonishing quality, and extraordinary eye appeal. These are the pennies that have stunned collectors and shattered expectations at coin shows and auctions across the country. One of the most prized versions of the 1966 penny is the double-die obverse. In these rare cases, the coin's inscriptions, such as the word Liberty or the date itself, appear slightly duplicated, as if shadowed. This kind of doubling occurs when the die used to stamp the coin shifts between impressions, creating a fascinating, ghost-like effect that numismatists go wild for. Another treasure among the 1966 Lincoln cents is the off-center strike. These errors occur when the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the die during minting, leading to a coin where Lincoln's bust appears shifted, and part of the design may be cut off. The more dramatic the misalignment, the higher the value. Some of these off-center strikes are so unusual they look like they belong in a modern art gallery rather than a pocket. And then there are the proof-like specimens. Although no official proof coins were minted for public release in 1966, a few examples exist with unusually sharp details and mirror-like fields. These coins were likely the result of fresh dies and highly polished planchets coming together in perfect harmony, unintentionally producing a stunning masterpiece. Color is another important factor in determining a penny's value. Most circulated Lincoln cents develop a brownish tone over time, but a small percentage of 1966 pennies still retain their original red luster, bright, fiery, and untouched by air and handling. These vibrant red coins are worth considerably more, especially when combined with a rare error or superb condition. Collectors also pay close attention to the coin's surface condition, which is graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A Lincoln penny from 1966 that earns a grade above 65 is already special. But when you find one with a high grade, deep red color, and an unusual minting anomaly, you've stumbled onto something truly remarkable. For many enthusiasts, the thrill lies not just in the coin itself, but in the hunt. Metal detectorists, roll hunters, and estate sale explorers have all reported stories of discovering rare 1966 Lincoln cents in the most unexpected places: old jars, junk drawers, even forgotten piggy banks. And when they do, that moment of realization is unforgettable. Stories of incredible finds have inspired new generations of collectors. A simple penny, overlooked by millions, becomes the center of attention, an object of curiosity, admiration, and sometimes envy. The humble copper coin becomes a conversation starter, a lesson in history, and a potential gateway to financial surprise. In a world dominated by digital transactions, the idea that a tiny piece of copper from over half a century ago could hold immense value seems almost magical. But that's the beauty of numismatics, transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary with knowledge, patience, and a touch of luck. As more people take interest in coin collecting, awareness of coins like the 1966 Lincoln penny grows. Online marketplaces, coin conventions, and grading services have all become part of the ecosystem that fuels the excitement. And every year, the number of high-grade, high-value specimens dwindles as collectors snap them up and add them to private collections. The legacy of the 1966 Lincoln penny is not just about money. It's about craftsmanship, the randomness of error, the importance of preservation, and the ever-evolving story of America through its currency. Each coin is a frozen moment in time, linking us to the hands that once held it and the moments it silently witnessed. From the steel trays of the U.S. Mint to the pockets of working Americans, and finally to the glass cases of elite collectors, the journey of the 1966 Lincoln penny is one that's truly awe-inspiring. And perhaps, just perhaps, the next rare treasure is sitting quietly in your home, waiting to be discovered. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey, never underestimate the power of a penny. Examine each one with care, research its history, and remember that even the smallest coin can carry the biggest surprises. Because one extremely rare and pristine Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1966, holding all the right characteristics and preserved in exceptional condition, was recently valued at $142,000. Top 3. In the heart of American coinage history, the Lincoln 1-cent penny stands as a symbol of longevity, tradition, and quiet value. But not all pennies are created equal. While most slip through our hands unnoticed, some hide a story so powerful that they have transformed from common change into rare treasures. One such story lies in the Lincoln penny minted in the year 1975, a coin born in a decade of change, yet capable of delivering riches today that few would ever expect from a single cent. The year 1975 was filled with milestones. The Vietnam War had come to a close, the country was celebrating its upcoming bicentennial, and Americans were slowly recovering from political turmoil. Meanwhile, tucked inside wallets, purses, and coin jars across the nation, billions of 1975 Lincoln cents were being exchanged, saved, and forgotten. These pennies, with their classic copper sheen and iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, became the unsung witnesses of an evolving America. While the design of the 1975 Lincoln penny followed the same familiar pattern introduced decades earlier, Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Something extraordinary happened during the minting process that made a select few of these coins stand out like copper royalty among commoners. Struck primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the Denver coins bearing a small D mint mark, these pennies were mass-produced in the billions. But even in such massive production runs, there are always surprises. It's in the smallest errors, the rarest variations, and the finest conditions that the true value of a 1975 Lincoln penny begins to reveal itself. Collectors today aren't just looking for any 1975 penny. They're searching for the ones that tell a different story, coins that came out of the mint slightly imperfect, slightly different, and wildly more valuable than their original face value. Whether it's a double die error, a misaligned strike, or an unusual planchet, the tiniest inconsistency can unlock the door to serious worth. One of the most fascinating errors to look out for in a 1975 Lincoln penny is the double die obverse. These are coins where the lettering, numbers, or Lincoln's image itself appears slightly doubled due to a misalignment in the die engraving process. It may sound like a minor issue, but to collectors, this error turns an ordinary coin into a prized rarity. Equally thrilling are off-center strikes, where the coin blank wasn't properly centered during the minting process. These off-kilter coins can range from mildly shifted designs to dramatic cuts where part of Lincoln's head or the reverse design is missing. The more severe the misalignment, while still keeping the date visible, the more desirable the coin becomes. Even more mystifying are coins struck on the wrong metal. Although the 1975 penny was meant to be minted on copper planchets, a handful were mistakenly struck on foreign coin blanks or leftover planchets from previous years. These wrong planchet errors are so rare that when one surfaces, it immediately attracts attention and skyrockets in value. But perhaps the most common, and yet still incredibly lucrative factor, is condition. A 1975 penny found in perfect or near perfect shape, graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading services, can command serious attention. Especially if it still gleams with its original red copper luster, untouched by decades of circulation and oxidation. And that rich red color, known as full red by numismatists, is a powerful contributor to value. While most circulated pennies darken over time, the rare few that retain their brilliant, fiery red hue become instant head-turners for high-end collectors and investors. Some of the most astonishing finds have come not from coin shops, but from pocket change, old jars, and forgotten drawers. It's hard to believe, but these rare 1975 pennies have been discovered in everyday places, hidden in plain sight. And that's part of the thrill, the idea that a small, copper coin resting in a dusty corner of your home could be worth more than a brand new car. The excitement grows stronger every year as coin collectors grow in number and awareness spreads through social media, YouTube, and numismatic communities. Videos and stories of rare penny finds go viral, sparking news searches and inspiring people to take a closer look at the change in their hands. Many of these discoveries have changed lives. A person who thought they had just another penny realized they were holding a miniature fortune. And in the world of coins, lightning can strike anyone anywhere. All it takes is one rare coin and the knowledge to recognize it. Holding a 1975 Lincoln penny is holding a piece of American history. It's not just a coin, it's a witness to our country's past, a work of miniature art, and sometimes, an accidental masterpiece born from human error and industrial speed. It represents resilience, precision, and a legacy that still lives in collectors' hearts today. For beginners in coin collecting, the 1975 penny is often overlooked. But seasoned collectors know better. They know this particular year holds surprises, and the hunt is always worth it. Whether you're looking through rolls from the bank or rummaging through old belongings, never underestimate what you might find. Each Lincoln penny from 1975 carries a story. But only a few tell a tale of extraordinary value. Those rare coins have become legends in the numismatic world, turning up in auctions, headline news, and private collections with price tags that shock the average onlooker. So, if you've got a 1975 Lincoln penny in your collection or pocket, take a closer look. Study the details, the shine, the strike, and the errors. Because one of them might be the key to unlocking a life-changing discovery. And incredibly, one of the rarest and most pristine 1975 Lincoln 1-cent pennies, featuring exceptional condition, brilliant color, and unique characteristics, has recently been valued at $115,000. Top 4. In the vast world of coin collecting, some coins shine not with gold or silver, but with stories of rarity, mystery, and unexpected fortune. One such coin is the Lincoln 1-cent penny minted in the year 1971. To most people, it looks like just another common coin, lost in the sea of copper that fills jars, drawers, and pockets across America. But for those who know what to look for, the 1971 Lincoln penny can be a hidden treasure worth far more than its face value. The year 1971 was a fascinating time in American history. The nation was still feeling the echoes of the space race, the Vietnam War was ongoing, and cultural shifts were sweeping across the country. Amid this whirlwind of change, the United States Mint quietly went about its business, producing billions of pennies for everyday use. These coins, although ordinary at first glance, would eventually become some of the most sought-after pieces in numismatic circles. The Lincoln penny, introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, had already become a fixture in American coinage. Its obverse bore Lincoln's familiar profile, while the reverse displayed the iconic Lincoln Memorial. But in 1971, some of these coins were born with unexpected twists, details so subtle they went unnoticed by millions, yet powerful enough to make collectors stop in their tracks. Struck primarily at the Philadelphia and San Francisco mints, the 1971 Lincoln cents include varieties with and without mint marks. The San Francisco versions carry the distinctive S mint mark, while Philadelphia-issued coins have none at all. However, it's not the mint mark alone that makes a 1971 penny special. It's what happened during the minting process that changed everything. One of the most prized features of the 1971 Lincoln penny is the double die obverse variety. On these rare coins, the date, lettering, and even Lincoln's image appear slightly doubled due to a misalignment in the die used during production. The doubling is often most visible on the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1971. These coins are instantly recognizable to experts and carry a dramatic boost in value. There are also rarer instances where the coin was struck on the wrong planchet entirely. These mint errors occur when a penny is mistakenly struck on a blank meant for a dime or a foreign coin, resulting in a smaller, lighter, or thinner penny that defies expectations. These off-metal errors are like finding a glitch in the matrix. They simply shouldn't exist, but they do. Another highly desirable variety is the 1971 S-proof penny with a bold strike and deep cameo contrast. Although these proof coins were specially made for collectors, some ended up being lost in time, mingling with circulated coins or stored away for decades. When discovered in pristine condition, they sparked bidding wars among collectors who understand just how rare they are. The color of the coin also plays a critical role. Pennies naturally oxidize over time, turning from bright red to dull brown. But a 1971 penny that still shines with full red brilliance is considered exceptionally desirable. These full red coins are graded higher and sell for significantly more than their red-brown or brown counterparts. Condition is everything in numismatics. A coin's grade can mean the difference between pocket change and a payday. Coins graded MS-65 or higher are relatively rare, but when a 1971 penny achieves a grade of MS-67 or better, especially with full red color and sharp detail, it becomes an elite specimen in the eyes of collectors, even beyond errors and condition. Some 1971 Lincoln cents are valuable simply because they were well preserved in a time when few people thought pennies were worth saving. These high-grade survivors are now relics of the past, quietly appreciated by those with a keen eye and a passion for history. The hunt for rare pennies isn't limited to seasoned collectors. People across the country have stumbled upon rare coins and pocket change, old piggy banks, and inherited collections. The thrill of finding a valuable penny among common coins is something that keeps treasure hunters searching year after year. Each time a new rare 1971 penny is discovered, it becomes part of a larger story, a story of missed details, hidden value, and the magic of the minting process. These coins are more than just metal. They're windows into the world of 1971, stamped with history and preserved through time. Social media, YouTube, and online auction platforms have only added fuel to the fire. With each viral video or record-breaking sale, more people are turning their attention to coins they once ignored. And the 1971 Lincoln penny has quickly become one of the most talked about coins in this new wave of numismatic enthusiasm. collectors know that time is always working against supply. With every passing year, more coins are damaged, lost, or forgotten. That makes every rare 1971 penny still in excellent condition even more valuable as their numbers dwindle and demand continues to rise. So whether you're a casual coin enthusiast or a serious collector, it's worth taking a second look at the pennies you come across. Study the details. Observe the luster. Check for doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual features. Because hidden among the millions, a true rarity may be waiting. It's remarkable to think that something as small and simple as a penny can hold such power. But that's the beauty of numismatics, a world where patience, curiosity, and knowledge can transform an everyday object into a symbol of great worth. And believe it or not, one of the rarest and most desirable 1971 Lincoln 1-cent pennies, featuring exceptional preservation, rich red color, and a stunning error, was recently valued at $127,000. Top 5. In a world where people often overlook the small things, one coin has quietly risen from obscurity to become a source of fascination and surprise. It's the Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1993, a coin that millions of people have handled without giving it a second thought. But hidden among those ordinary pennies are a few extraordinary specimens, and these rare gems are now turning heads in the world of coin collecting. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, a timeless tribute to one of America's most revered presidents. But the 1993 version of this iconic coin holds something uniquely captivating. At first glance, it appears just like any other, a simple copper-plated zinc coin bearing the stoic image of Abraham Lincoln on one side and the Lincoln Memorial on the other. But beyond the surface lies a world of minting mysteries and financial surprises. In 1993, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents, with most coming from the Philadelphia and Denver mints. The Denver coins bear a small D mint mark under the date, while Philadelphia coins have no mint mark at all. These coins were mass-produced for daily use, tossed into cash registers and pockets without anyone realizing that some of them would become highly sought-after treasures. What makes the 1993 Lincoln penny so fascinating is the presence of minting errors and incredibly high-quality examples that have surfaced over the years. These factors, combined with scarcity and top condition, have helped push the value of certain coins far beyond what anyone could have imagined for a 1-cent piece. One of the most desirable features collectors look for in a 1993 penny is a double die error. These rare coins were created when the die used to stamp the coin shifted slightly between strikes, producing a ghost-like doubling effect on the date, lettering, or even Lincoln's profile. If you ever spot a 1993 penny where the words appear doubled or blurred, you might be looking at a highly valuable variety. Another popular error involves off-center strikes. These coins were improperly aligned during minting, causing the design to appear shifted, cut off, or oddly placed. The more off-center the strike, while still keeping the date visible, the higher the demand among collectors. It's an imperfection that turns a factory flaw into a financial find. Then there's the rare possibility of wrong planchet strikes. Every now and then, a penny gets struck on a blank meant for another denomination, like a dime, or even a foreign coin. This results in a coin that's either too light, the wrong size, or missing some of the design. These bizarre mistakes are so unusual that they've become numismatic legends in their own right. Even without errors, a 1993 Lincoln penny can be worth serious money if it's found in impeccable condition. Coins that have been perfectly preserved and untouched by circulation are considered mint state and are graded on a 70-point scale. A grade of MS 67 or higher for a 1993 penny is incredibly rare and can drastically boost its value. Collectors also look for coins that retain their original red copper color. Over time, most pennies darken to a brown or reddish-brown hue due to oxidation and wear. But a full red, 1993 penny, especially in a high mint state grade, is like finding a time capsule from the mint itself. The color alone can add hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars to the value. Imagine finding a small plastic bag filled with old coins in a drawer, flipping through them casually, and stumbling upon a 1993 penny that gleams like it was just minted yesterday. That seemingly worthless coin could very well be the key to unlocking a surprising windfall. The excitement doesn't stop there. With the rise of online auctions and coin grading services, more and more people are discovering just how valuable their old coins can be. Social media has become a hotspot for collectors showcasing their rare finds, and the 1993 penny has found its place among the elite coins that are now turning into mini fortunes. Coin shows across the country are buzzing with stories of lucky finds. People who cashed in rolls of pennies and walked away with thousands of dollars after a rare 1993 cent was identified. These tales spark hope and enthusiasm for new collectors and experienced numismatists alike. Beyond its monetary value, the 1993 Lincoln penny serves as a reminder of the incredible artistry and precision that goes into coin production. Each coin carries a piece of American history, and each anomaly is a window into the mechanical complexity of the minting process. When things go even slightly wrong, the result can be a collector's dream. For beginners in the hobby, the 1993 penny is a perfect place to start. It's recent enough to still be found in circulation, yet old enough to potentially possess the types of features that collectors go wild for. It's a low-risk, high-reward opportunity hiding in plain sight, and while most of these pennies are worth just a cent, that doesn't mean you should overlook them. Because among the billions, a few hold a secret, a misprint, a perfect strike, a rare tone, that turns them into objects of serious value. You just have to know what to look for. So the next time you're handed change at the store or cleaning out a piggy bank, pause for a moment. Flip through those pennies, study the dates, observe the details. That tiny copper coin could be far more valuable than it seems at first glance. The 1993 Lincoln penny has become a quiet icon among collectors, a coin with potential that often goes unnoticed. But for those lucky enough to find the right one, it's more than just pocket change. It's history, art, mystery, and money all wrapped into one small circle of copper, and astonishingly, one of the rarest and most pristine 1993 Lincoln 1-cent pennies, graded in exceptional condition and carrying the perfect combination of rarity, color, and preservation, has recently been valued at $62,000.